Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The movie begins in Tallinn. An old priest with a big beard comes to a bicycle shop to buy a little girl a bicycle. The shopkeeper shows them a red one, but the girl says that she would like to have a blue one. The shopkeeper tells them that it is not available in blue right now, so the girl says that she can wait for the blue one to arrive. He is getting his niece this bicycle as a Christmas gift. He tells her, as there is still some time left for Christmas, she should wait and see. After they leave the shop, the shopkeeper makes a phone call. A van stops in front of a train station, where a blue bicycle is chained to a post. Men cut the chain, put the bicycle into the van, and drive away. The scene then changes, and we are taken to Afghanistan, where we see our main character named Marcus. He is in the military and is there on a mission. He calls his wife Emma to ask how she and their daughter are doing, and his worried wife tells him that says their daughter Mathel's bicycle was stolen at the station, and now she is to drop her to school, but her car won't start either. Emma then asks him when he is coming back home, but is disappointed to learn that he is not getting back for another 3 months. She decides to take her daughter to school by train. The scene then changes to two men who are giving a presentation to their superiors. Their names are Otto and Leonard. They are presenting a worthless algorithm that they claim can be used to predict future events. Otto says that whatever happens in the future is based on the incidents that took place in the past. They say that if we are prudent about what happened to us in the past, we can very much predict the future. All the people viewing the presentation think that the algorithm is useless. Otto says all events are products of preceding events, but because we often have insufficient data, we categorize events as coincidences. Their bosses aren't impressed and fire them. Otto takes the train back home, and while he sits on the train, he spots a bald man with an eagle tattooed on his face and gets suspicious. The man quickly gets up, throws his drink and sandwich away, and leaves the compartment. After that, Emma and Mathilde get into the same train in the same compartment. Since it is crowded, Otto insists Emma take his seat. The train goes on, and after a while, this train crashes into another one and gets badly damaged. A lot of people get killed on the train, including Emma. However, Otto and Mathilde are completely safe. The scene then changes to a hospital, where Otto keeps looking at the girl Mathilde, who is heartbroken at having lost her mother. Otto feels guilty because it was his seat Emma was sitting in, and the moment he gave her the seat, she died in the accident. If he had not offered her the seat, Emma would have been alive, and he would be dead. Emma's death news is given to Marcus, and he is both shocked and heartbroken at the death of his beloved wife, whom he has not seen for a while. Marcus right away takes a flight back home, but he is filled with guilt and is ashamed of himself for not being able to take care of his family. He is heartbroken at the thought that he was not able to protect her, and now she is gone forever. Marcus right away goes to the hospital, where Mathilde hugs her father and cries. Marcus then talks to the nurse and says that he wants to see his wife for one last time. The nurse tells him that the woman's body is not in shape after the accident, and it could affect Marcus mentally, but he says that he wants to see his wife anyway. Marcus is then taken to his wife, and he is totally broken at the sight. Otto goes home and turns on the TV. He sees that 11 people died, and among those 11, the man with the eagle tattoo is also there. It turns out that the man was a former bike gang member known as Johan. It is revealed that the man was about to testify against his own gang members and the leader of the gang named Kurt Olesen. Otto then goes to the police station and tells them that the train accident was not exactly an accident if they look closely at the data he has. He says that Johan and his lawyer both died when they were planning on testifying against their own gang within 13 days. It is not an accident, but a well-planned move. The men at the station tell him that they appreciate his efforts, but they don't really seem interested in the data provided by Otto. They say that Johan's death had nothing to do with the accident and that the man just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Back at home, Marcus finds it hard to deal with his daughter, and their relationship starts getting strained. Elsewhere, Otto goes to his friend Leonard and tells him that he wants him to hack into the data of a gym called Fitness World to find some information on Johan. Mathilde and Marcus are not in a good place. Mathilde tells her father to seek help from a professional, as he has not been able to talk to anyone since his wife died and has no one to express his emotions to, which could be dangerous for his mental health. Marcus, however, refuses to take help. Otto and Leonard then come to see Marcus and tell him about the research they have been conducting. Otto makes it clear to him that the train accident was never an accident in actuality. Marcus then decides that he is going to avenge his wife at any cost. Otto's friend, Emmentaler, uses facial recognition software to identify a suspicious man who left the train seconds before the accident as an Egyptian from Cairo. Otto and Leonard make Emmentaler lower the threshold of facial recognition to 95% and look for matches with Danish addresses. The person with the highest match in Denmark is Pal Ollison. Otto recognizes him from the train. Otto, Leonard and Emmentaler go to see Marcus. Leonard is fascinated with Marcus's huge barn. They tell Marcus that Pal Ollison is the brother of Kurt, president of Writers of Justice, and the tattooed man on the train who was killed was about to testify against him. That night, Marcus is pissed off as he is waiting for Mathild, who still hasn't gotten home and is not answering the phone either. When she finally does come back, she comes home with a boy from whom Marcus does not get a good vibe, and when he is rude to Marcus, Marcus punches him, at which his daughter gets upset with him. Marcus, however, later decides to apologize to the boy. The next morning, the group decides to investigate Pal and goes to his house, intending to interrogate him for information about the accident, but he pulls a gun on them. Marcus loses control and kills Pal. Leonard enters the house to dispose of the evidence as he points out that Marcus's fingerprints are in the house now and they could get in trouble. As he gets to work, he sees a young Ukrainian, Badashka, naked and gagged, but says nothing and leaves him there. That evening, when Marcus goes home, Mathild has invited her boyfriend over for dinner. When all of them are having dinner, the boy points out to Marcus that he understands that he has been grieving his wife's untimely demise, but his behavior has been getting violent because he has not opened up to anyone. The boy also suggests that he talk to a professional. He, however, refuses yet again, and when he is watching TV after dinner, he sees on the news that Kurt Ollison was not convicted because the witness died in the train crash. Kurt talks to the media and tells them that he is heartbroken at the loss of his brother, but he still holds a party to celebrate his bail. Marcus summons Otto, Leonard, and Emmentaler to the barn and tells them to get all the information they can about Writers of Justice. He plans to avenge his wife. Otto agrees but says they won't kill anybody. Marcus tells them that they just need to work on getting all the information on them, and he will take care of the rest. Mathild sees Marcus and his group leaving the barn together. She recognizes Otto as the man on the train and questions her father as to who they are. Leonard lies and says they are a therapy group helping her father with his trauma. Mathild is happy to see his father finally agreeing to her suggestion. Leonard offers to be Mathild's therapist, and Mathild agrees. It becomes obvious Leonard was abused in a barn in his childhood. The writers torture Badashka for information, leading to their identification of Emmentaler. Emmentaler is trying to work on the computer in Marcus's barn, but he is not really getting anything done. He then says that this computer is outdated and tells the others to go to his place and get the computer. They all drive to his place, not knowing that Kurt and his people are already waiting for them. The writers attempt a drive-by, shooting at Marcus and his group just as they are about to enter the apartment. Marcus is, however, able to kill the attackers and rescue Badashka. Marcus collects the attackers' automatic weapons. They all return to Marcus's house, where they hide from the rest of the Writers of Justice, who are looking for them. Mathild has been making a timeline on her bedroom's wall of events relating to her mother's death. She gradually works her way back to the day her bike was stolen at the train station. Emmentaler hacks into the gangsters' phones, and they get to know that Kurt is having a meeting with his people at a restaurant. Marcus, Otto, Leonard and Emmentaler drive there. Marcus manages to kill Kurt and the three men with him. Otto sees Mathild's wall with all of the events. He sees that it all started when her bike was stolen. He explains to her that there is an infinite number of moments that led to the crash, and trying to find one reason to explain it is fruitless. Badashka explains to Leonard that Pal was not on the train that crashed because Pal and he were together out of the country. Leonard and Otto had convinced Emmentaler to accept a less accurate facial recognition result, and the suspicious man was actually an innocent Egyptian tourist who resembled Pal, meaning their crusade against the Writers of Justice was in error. The evidence they relied on was a coincidence that the two men resembled each other. Marcus breaks down in anger and frustration, finally lowering his stony facade, and starts crying. The remaining writers use information from social media posts by Mathild's boyfriend and attack the group at Marcus's house. Mathild is taken hostage, and Marcus is disarmed by the writers. Otto, Leonard and Emmentaler, using weapon training Marcus gave them earlier, ambush and kill the writers, saving Marcus and Mathild. The movie flashes forward to Christmas when the group has joined to celebrate and exchange presents. Marcus and Mathild have reconciled. Her Christmas gift is a new red bicycle. At another house, the niece from the opening scene receives Mathel's blue bicycle as her Christmas gift from the priest. It all happened because a girl wanted a blue bicycle. The end.